Hey there, hi there, ho there. This is Fasha, and we're editing as we can be here on this episode of Editing with Fasha. What we're going to do today is take a look at a way to take pictures and bring them into an editing software program. Today we're going to be using Pinnacle Studio Ultimate Collection, and after we get those pics put in, we're going to show you how to put a voice overlay or a narrative into the storyboard, and then you can render out a nice little home video, if you will, of your last vacation or a business trip, or use this format for creating a project for school or college. And if you're a small business, or even if you're a good-sized business and just want to do things kind of thrifty, we'll show you how to create a presentation to be used with your company. So with that, we're going to jump over here, and just a real quick note, if you get to doing this for very long, always keep your stuff organized. It's a lot easier to see. As you can see here, I have everything for this year already brought into Editing Stuff 2013, so we're just going to go over here to Pics, and from Pics we're going to go into Projects, and from Projects we're going to go to Making a Green Screen. Now hopefully you will have seen this video on my channel where I decided that I didn't want to spend $150 to create or buy a green screen, and I decided to make it myself. So here we go. Alright, so we got our pics up here, and there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can either left click on the pic and you can drag it down, and if you decide that's not the right one, you can right click on it and then go up here to delete, and it puts it right back up here in the project bin. So what we want to do to expedite this a little bit is we're just going to left click on the first one. We're going to come down and we're going to hold down our shift key on the keyboard, and we're going to left click on the last one, and then we're simply going to right click and go add to project, and kabam, there they all are. Now since we are doing this in HD, you're going to see this green line down here slowly start to turn orange to match the line over here on the right side of your screen. And what's happening there is the pics are actually bleeding into the storyboard, and the software is recognizing the properties and getting them prepared so that we can get started on this program. As you can see here, it's moving across rather nice. So while it's doing this, just let me go ahead and say this to you. When you're working in HD, give your software time to perform its responsibilities. Don't ever rush it. Uses a lot of memory on your computer, and if you rush this stuff, you can have lag problems, you can have display problems, what have you. So now that we've got our pictures down here, what we're first going to do is we're just going to come over here and click on the first one, and we're going to grab our scrubber and we're going to move it back to the true first one. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of pics here, and when you're doing a project, you will almost always take more pictures than you need. Sometimes you'll get the wrong angle, sometimes you'll get too much flash, sometimes you'll get not enough flash. So what you want to do, the very first thing, is to go through these pictures and make sure that you have the ones down here that you want. So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab our scrubber, and we're just going to slowly rotate right. And as you can see here, there's a couple pics right here, and I'm not really liking the second one, so I'm going to go with the first one. Now we can get rid of that picture by simply right clicking on it, going up here to delete, and it's gone. So now we're going to come back down and grab our scrubber, and we're just going to scroll to the right, and we're going to take a look at these pictures and make sure that we want them in there. Interesting enough, right here we got about 5 different pics, and they are all of the same subject in my little story. And I'm telling you what, I like the last one better. It's clear, it's got a good image, it's got enough light. This one's too bright, this one's dark, this one's dark, and this one's dark. Now again, we can simply right click on this and go to delete, or we can left click on the first one, we can hold down the shift key and left click on the last one, and then we can right click, and kabam, they're all gone again. So we're left here with the one picture that we do want to include. So we're going to grab our scrubber again, and we're going to start moving to the right. Yep, like that one. Okay, we got a couple of duplicates here. As in this picture here, there was just enough flash. On this one here, there seems to be too much, because I remember now that I wanted the viewer to be able to see the stitching. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click on this one and we're going to hit delete, and then we're going to grab our scrubber and we're going to continue going through here. Here's another one with too much flash, so we're simply going to right click on it and delete it. And now we're going to move on, and oh, what is this right here? We got two that are sideways. So what we're going to do is we're going to double click left, and we're going to open up the properties window over here. And as you can see, Pinnacle comes with a lot of neat stuff and a lot of neat shortcuts. So what we're going to do is we're simply going to go to the rotate photo right, and we're going to click it, and it's good to go. And we're just going to move the scrubber over here to the next pic that was at the wrong angle, and we're simply going to right click again on the rotate right button, or excuse me, left click on the rotate right button, and it's going to bring it up to where we need it, and then we're just going to close that property. Now as you can see right here as I'm talking, right here in this area, we're rebleeding. We've changed the properties of that photo on the storyboard, so we need to let the program go ahead and bleed that in. While it's doing that, we're just simply going to move on to the right, and we're going to look at a couple different photos here and make sure that they're right in line with where we want to be. Remember, don't get in a hurry with this stuff, especially with HD, because it just bogs down your machine, it bogs down the software, it does nothing but make you angry and you become frustrated. And just have some patience with this. This is not a fast-paced thing here. You didn't rush taking the pictures, so why rush the outcome? Now these pictures here, I'm not really liking them for some reason. I like this picture over here better, but it's got a little awkward flash on it, and I think that was from the overhead light. So what we're going to do is we're just going to leave them in there for the purposes of this demonstration. We're going to come back here and we're going to watch our little bleed in here again. What we're going to do here is we're simply going to let this bleed back in. Yay, come on little bleeder, do it, do it, do it. And I think we'll be good to go once we start scrubbing back here all the way to the left. Now as you can see, maybe you can't, so I'm just going to left click on this picture here and bring up the properties. Right here in the duration box, you can see that this photo is only 4 seconds long, and that seems to be the norm for all these, and it's where I have my program set up when I introduce pics to the storyboard to bring them in at 4 seconds. Now you can go in the settings and you can do this how you want to, but 4 seconds seems to work great for me. Problem is, I know in this video I'm not going to be able to say everything that I need to have said in 4 seconds. So what we're simply going to do is we're just going to come right here, and in the duration box we're going to use our keypad and we're going to type 30. And shabam, look at there. All of a sudden that picture is 30 seconds long. Well, guess what? We don't want that. We want them all to be 30 seconds long because we want to get through this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to edit, and we're going to click on undo change duration, and that's simply going to take it back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to close this, and we're going to left click on the first pic, and we're going to scroll to the end, and we're going to hold down shift, and we're going to select them all, and then on any one of these pictures here we're going to right click, and we're going to go to clip properties. It brings up the same window, and now when we type in 30, boom, they are all 30 seconds long. So that gives you a good starting point as to where you might want to start looking at these videos to put your voice overlay on there. So now let's go ahead and move into